under-recruited athlete show proudly presents Aaron Duncan, a towering 6'4", 200-pound receiver with impressive stature and an elite physique. Duncan poses a formidable threat in contested situations, utilizing his physical dominance to outmatch defenders and secure the catch. He is a versatile athlete, excelling in basketball and football. He seamlessly transfers his athletic prowess to the gridiron. Offensively, Duncan wraps up his high school tenure as a decorated two-time first-team All-State, All-Region, and All-District tight end, amassing an impressive 650 yards, 41 receptions, and 10 touchdowns in his senior season alone.
Say hello, everybody. This is Alonzo McDowell with the URA Sports Show. I'm here with Aaron Duncan, and he's with Freedom High School. He's a tremendous athlete. I had an opportunity to see him in the state championship. He played tight end and linebacker. He's one of the few guys that I can say has that great build. He's tall. He's got that linebacker build, but he has that nice tight end build. He's very athletic. And for what I've been learning, he's a very funny guy. So, furthermore, I want him to introduce himself. Just tell everybody where you from, who you are, and where you go to school.
So my name Aaron Duncan, man. I play wide receiver, tight end, outside linebacker. Go to school at Freedom High School, finishing up at Freedom High School. And, that's pretty much it.
So tell us a little bit about, your championship run, man. This is what, the second
Yeah.
back-to-back?
Most definitely, yeah. It was a crazy ride, roller coaster ride. A whole lot of ups and downs. And then especially having that target on your back, the second go round. Everybody want to play you, everybody want to beat you, so they can take the top dog spot. But it's not easy. It's not easy to get there or stay there either. So. It was definitely a hell of a ride with my guys. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't easy, but we got it done. So back to back forever, man. Can't wait to hang that banner again.
There you go. So tell me a little bit about the DeMatha deal with you guys. Maryland teams want to play y'all, man. St. Francis wants to come in and play Freedom. Y'all played DeMatha. Tell me how that felt, playing a team from Maryland.
It really didn't shock us as much, or it didn't startle us, because we had scrimmaged them 2 years prior. We scrimmaged them my 10th grade year and my 11th grade year. I didn't play as much. Well, I didn't actually even play in my 10th grade year, but I was there for the scrimmage. And then we scrimmaged in my 11th grade year, and it was always a good back and forth battle. I think last year when we scrimmaged them, the score was 7-7. So my 10th grade year, I think they beat us. So they did 10 offensive plays for our offense, and then 10 plays for their offense. 10 plays, they did the 10 plays for each side. So, and then they did a quarter. So they ended up beating us in the quarter. But this last year that we played them, we felt like we matched up with them pretty well in order to take the game. And it was very highly anticipated. A lot of people showed up. And I told myself that whole week, like, just don't let the moment be too big. And I know who I am, and I know what I can do, especially in the spotlight. So it was definitely a great experience playing up against a team, especially because blowing a lot of teams out, you find yourself getting complacent. So just to play some team that knows what they're doing a little bit more than the others. It was definitely a good experience, and we was well on our way to shocking the world. But that game unfortunately got postponed. But if I could go back and do it, I would.
Man, but y'all wasn't just beating teams, man. Y'all, like come halftime, man, I was seeing people leave.
Yeah.
it was just crazy, man.
Right.
Game after game after game. So it didn't really, I know Highland Springs came up this year, and I know they had that chip on the shoulder that, hey, we won the 5A. Now we're coming up to 6A. We dealing with Freedom, but I was just so surprised, man, how y'all just came out like guns blazing, and I think you really shocked them. They wasn't ready for the speed and for the athleticism that y'all had all over the field. And I did realize you got hurt early on. So what kind of happened on early in the game?
So on that play, man, we was going through that play all week, and I was just I was ready for that play. I couldn't wait till he called it. It was kind of like a setup play. So usually every week he puts in Coach Overton. He puts in setup plays, so he'll call the run version of the play, and then there's a pass version of the play. So just waiting on that opportunity, that moment, just to get it in the biggest game of my life up to that point. And I went to go get it, man. And first thing I came down on was my shoulder with the defender on top of me. So um, after that, I thought it was just a stinger at first. And there was nothing that could have happened to me that would have put me out. You know what I'm saying? Even if I broke my leg, whatever the case may have been, I was definitely going to try to still fight through and play. So, um, I landed on my shoulder. My Freedom's trainer, Miss B, she helped me out tremendously, wrapped me up, took some painkillers and things like that, and I got back out there. Obviously, I couldn't play to my full potential as I wanted to. You know what I mean? But I feel like everything happens for a reason. So, just a little setback. Shook back a little bit, but I'll be ready for next level. So,
Well, I mean, hey, you did come back in there, man. I did
yes, sir.
see you playing with a little pain, man, but you
Yeah.
toughed it out. You know what I mean? So tell me a
Yeah.
little bit about the personality, man. That I see, when you score touchdowns or just you and your teammates. Y'all have fun with it, man. Like, where did all that come from?
Honestly, honestly, I just always been that type of guy, man. I always been one, dance, have some fun. I don't never want nothing to get too serious. Obviously when it's time to handle business, then that's what we got to do. But anytime there's, that gap to, have a little fun and, make somebody smile, then that's what I'm all about. So, I be having some celebrations in the back of my head, the hottest celebrations, things like that. So every time I touch the paint, it's time to get jiggy.
There you go, man.
Yes,
And
sir.
and the fans really really enjoy it. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
y'all this year were a fun team to watch. This was my first year actually coming and seeing you guys play. I've seen you guys huddles. I mean, I've read articles, but to see y'all play this year, man, was amazing. I mean, by
Yes.
far. I mean, I get it. Everybody wants to come and challenge y'all, but this year's team,
No.
nah, man, y'all
No,
was
sir.
putting up numbers, which was crazy.
Right.
So I mean, and you were a big part of that. So you need to be happy about how the season ended, man, especially with the championship. So
Yes,
all right,
sir.
so now we moving on to college now, man. Tell me how your whole college experience with, because a lot of people think, oh man, here it is, this guy, they won two state championships. Oh, it must have been easy for him to get a scholarship, especially a Division I
Right.
scholarship. Let them know, man. Give them the real deal, man, about some of the struggles, man, and just like what you and your family had to endure.
Man, I'll probably say, man, my recruitment process was crazy. You'll have a coach text you one week, and then next week, no text, and then they may come back. You know what I mean? So, my advice really is just to keep your head down and keep working and let everything fall into place, because you start focusing on that stuff too much, you get down on yourself, and you think you're not good enough to do this, do that, and you start putting pressure on yourself, and then you start underperforming. So, yeah, really, I feel like I did a great job with keeping the recruitment out of my play, and I was just going to practice, playing every game, focused on football. You know what I mean? Because I'm a football player at heart. I like playing football. I feel like everything that come with it will come. You know what I'm saying? So, but more solely on the recruitment process, you just gotta play football, like I said, and like you just let everything fall into place. You never know who's watching, and you never know how they can find you either. So you just really got to have a team that can get you out there, and then also really what helped. I feel like what helped my recruiting process a bit was obviously the team I played on with guys like EJ, Courtney, Jeff. You know what I mean? So when you got other guys on your team that's doing it big, it brings more traction. So, and then also myself bringing more traction. So that also helps. You know what I'm saying? But the recruitment process, you definitely got to stay patient and not to rush. into things, and you rush into things, you might make the wrong decision or. Yeah. So yeah, like I was just saying, man, just you got to stay patient, focus, keep the main things the main things, and like I said, just have a team behind you. Because my family was very helpful through the process. My dad, especially, he was just like I said, keeping me focused on football. You know what I'm saying? Getting focused on things outside. It really messes with your mental, So he definitely was instrumental in that process with just keeping me focused. My mom's too, my sisters. So yeah, that's really my biggest advice. Just stay focused on football and let everything come into play, and just believe what's for you is for you. So everybody wants the big schools and the big offers, but you got to look at, are you going to play? If, like, let's say they do give you your offer or whatever, are you going to play there? Are you going to
Right.
be able to showcase your talents? You know what I'm saying? So you really just got to look at things like that. And also another thing that high school athletes probably don't hear as much, when you are ready to commit, make sure you look at the depth chart and
Right.
see
Right.
your
Right.
position, because they will sing you the story how they want you, boom, boom, and then the depth chart, they got 7, 8 other guys at your
Right.
specific position. You know what I'm saying? You want
Right.
to go to the place where it's the least amount of guys on the depth chart, so
Right.
at your position. So that's
Right.
another thing that I say is big, especially for me, is just you want to go where everything, it just feels right and it fits. So
Yeah, because now, man, with the portal, man,
oh
I mean,
yeah,
for high school athletes, man, it's ridiculous. But the one thing I've been telling these athletes is that taking off the hat, saying I'm going here is
right,
over.
yeah,
Like once you get an opportunity, you better do your research and you better commit fast because them
right,
opportunities aren't there. But like you said, you hit on some good points. Like
right.
why would I want to go somewhere that if I'm a receiver, you know, they got 15, 16 receivers,
Right.
and not only including the guys who are gray shirted or
Right.
the guys who red shirted,
Right.
and next thing you know, you're looking at an opportunity which is year to year. You may not have an opportunity next year because they might pull your
Yeah.
scholarship.
Right.
You
And
know,
you're just gonna be stuck in the water. You're gonna be drowning in the water. So, and yeah,
yeah,
like you said about that transfer portal, shoot, you're not 4, 5 stars, 3, 4, 5 stars coming out of high school. That transfer portal, man, it definitely changed the game. So that just should push everybody, all these high school athletes, just to go that much harder. So,
and see
but
what's interesting is that
if you get an opportunity, you better take it and you better run with it.
yeah, what's interesting is that for all that freedom has done, you guys didn't have 4 and 5 star athletes. You didn't
Right.
have, and it's kind of interesting just how that whole setup is because you guys had crazy, crazy athletic athletes. You know what I mean? Y'all had size, y'all had speed.
Right.
So it's much more than just you winning.
Right.
Some of this is political. I
Yeah.
try to tell
Yeah.
people
Most
all the time what camps you go to, who signs for you, what scout comes and says, hey, rivals, give
Right.
this guy. It's much bigger than just you playing. But like you
Right.
said, you got to keep your head down and just play regardless. And
Yeah.
that's the main thing.
Yeah. And if you go on those camps and you go to those camps, you better be able to showcase your talents against the best competition. Because I didn't seen a couple of guys bomb them.
Right,
But what I will say about those camps, personally, I feel as though it may be a little controversial, but I feel like they already know, who's winning camp MVP and who's getting what. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So if you do go to those camps, just use that opportunity to showcase what you can do. Don't really worry about the accolades and the shirts and the invitation cards. Just go out there and ball out, like I said, and just let everything fall into place.
Well, man, look, talking to your dad, man, your dad squared you away, man.
Yeah.
We and your dad been having some long talks, and I mean,
Right.
he really got your mind right, man.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's just not about the athlete; it's about the family.
Right.
It's
Definitely.
everybody's on board. The family has to be right. The family has to have that mental approach.
Right.
Because you guys are getting that offer together.
Right.
It ain't just you, because mama and daddy, if you all the way in Utah, mama
Yeah.
and daddy got to pay for that plane trip. Mama and daddy got to come out to that game. So these kids thinking like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go all the way across the country. Hey,
Right.
man, you better check in with your mom and dad, man, because it's a lonely place if you stuck out there. You
Yeah.
know,
Definitely tap in with your folks. You definitely, and even if it's not your folks, you got to just make sure you have a team that you could tap in with. Because I'm telling you, man, that process, that recruiting process, it'll wear you down, and
Yeah.
it really will. So, that's just tapping in with your folks, having those talks, and having people who's there for you that you can go to. Behind all the behind the scenes, behind everything, is definitely instrumental for sure.
Well, look, man, shout out some of the people you're gonna miss, man. Who you gonna miss as you move on to the next level? Like, who do we have to look for that's coming up the ranks, man? At Freedom,
Oh, as in younger guys.
younger guys, man. Who's the next guys to look for?
Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out some of my young guys. My boy Tyson Washington, receiver outside backer as well. Dog, he gonna be great. Devin Reeves, he just picked up his first offer from Pittsburgh, so I know
That's big.
they're gonna be on the lookout for him. Middle linebacker, and the other middle linebacker Braxton Hunt. I feel like he slept on as well. So I definitely think he's gonna be a good one to watch as well. I'll give you two more. Let me see. Uh I'll just go ahead and say the obvious. Juju Preston, man, my guy. Clemson commit speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely eager to see what he brings to the table this his senior year. I'm gonna definitely keep a close eye on him. And lastly, I'll probably say is Cameron Prosper. DN outside linebacker, DN and safety. Very versatile, tall athlete, can move. So yeah, those are really the ones that I'm gonna be looking forward to watching, and I think everybody else should tune in as well for them.
Man, that's good, man. So look, what you gonna really miss about the coaches, man? I mean, they coached y'all up, man. I know a lot of people, they don't understand the whole what is it y'all got? What's the I'm trying to think of the whole thing with the shirts and all that other stuff. They call y'all help me out, help me out.
What dark side?
Yeah. Tell me about all that, man. Like people don't understand that. Like,
Honestly, man, it's just really like ever since I met them coaches, man, they just really became family. So, I'm gonna definitely miss, Coach O, who taught me so much, football wise and on and off the field. Kept my emotions in check, plenty of times. Like, I feel like, he was there on a personal level for me. My guy, Coach Jeff, also another one, keep me, keep my head straight. He actually the one who got me to come to Freedom. So shouts out to him. Without him, I probably wouldn't be here right now talking to you. So definitely shout out to him, Coach Chris. Believing in me. Really, all the coaches. Really, I can name them all. Coach Chris, Coach Hughes, Coach Mooney, Coach TJ, Coach Gates. Coach Wheeler, Coach Jones, man, all them, man. I'm gonna miss all of them. I'm gonna definitely keep in touch though for sure, and I'm gonna come back as well from time to time. But man, those guys, strong group of guys, they all close as well, and that's what makes them that much better coaches because they're close within each other. Oh, Coach
yeah,
Cousins as well, but they're close in with each other, so that rubs off on us to want to be a brotherhood with our guys. So yeah, they definitely a strong group of men, definitely the ones to follow, and you know I'll definitely keep in touch and I'll miss them.
that's good, man. That's good. I mean, a lot of good things said about your coaches, man,
Oh
and the
yeah, most
program.
definitely.
So
Yes,
now
sir.
you're moving on to Gardner-Webb, man. You're gonna be down in the Charlotte area. Kind of like what are we looking forward to? Like, how do you feel? Like, have you been down there yet?
Yeah, yeah. I took my official visit down there. I liked everything I seen. Coach's staff was amazing. Had great hospitality. I met some of the other recruits that were already committed, and they was just telling me like, "Go ahead, man, pull the trigger, man. Like, we want you here." You know what I'm saying? So I definitely felt the love. You know what I'm saying? Then I also talked with my position coach. And I like the things that he's saying. So now it's just left for me. It's just to put the work in. And I think that I'll be able to handle that part. So I can't wait. Y'all stay tuned, man. Just look forward to me being on your TV screens on Saturdays at Gardner-Webb. Y'all definitely stay
Yes.
tuned.
There you go, man. I'm gonna tell
Yes,
you
sir.
one thing though, as a former college athlete, it's good. A lot of kids they look beyond, college, but I try to tell them to like really stick your head in the books, man. Get that degree, learn
Right.
something, because a lot of players don't get that other opportunity. But when you're at a place that you really enjoy and you
Right.
create a bond with some great guys, man, those bonds last forever, and those
Right.
opportunities help you beyond football. I mean, like, to be honest, like a lot of the guys that I play with, they went to the pros, but there's more CEOs and businessmen that I know that I play with,
Right.
So, making that transition, my father always told me, he said, man, let your legs get you that scholarship. Let it pay for your school,
Right.
And when
Yeah.
you get in school, let that mind allow you to be able to be successful. And I
Right.
think most kids can't transition to that. That's the whole
Right.
piece. You
Yeah.
know, you work on the athleticism first to get you into school, and then the next move is making sure you can have a productive career, whether it
Right.
is with football or it is in business or it is in whatever profession you're going to be in. So, man, I'm gonna look forward to following up with you, man, and
Yes, sir.
just checking on you, man. Like, I got your dad locked in, man. So I'm gonna be bugging
Yes.
him, like, hey, man, I go to North Carolina all the time. Like, hey, who they
Gotcha.
play,
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I'm glad I got a chance to get a hold of you. I know it was kind of a quick on spot thing when I met your father, and then I got a chance to talk to you on the field.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, y'all are people of y'all word, man. Y'all good people. And man, I appreciate this time, man. And I just wish you the best. And
Yes,
if
sir.
anybody got any NIL opportunities, man, let me know. Bring them this way. This young man is a guy
I'm
that
open.
can
All
represent your
ears.
brand, man.
All ears. All ears. Yes,
So I'm
sir.
gonna make sure, man. I'm gonna put it out there.
Most definitely.
So look, man, I know I've taken up your time, man. I appreciate you. Tell your father I
Sure.
said thank you, and
Most
we'll
definitely.
stay in touch, man.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me, man. Y'all, and like I said, y'all stay tuned, man. Look for my young guys coming up as well, man. And man, I'm finna turn up.
Hey, shout out to your Instagram, man, so people can follow you.
And follow me on Instagram at 11.gettingoff, 11.getnoff. And you can follow me on Twitter at Aaron Duncan 2 eyes, Aaron Duncan 2 eyes, and that's it.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. You have a good
Yeah.
night, man.
Yes, sir. You too. Appreciate you for having me.
Hey, thanks.
Yes, sir.